ign-live. Season 1 of Peacock's Twisted Metal series managed to faithfully adapt one of the most over-the-top and unhinged video game franchises of all time. And from the looks of things, Season 2 is not staying on cruise control. It is hitting the gas hard. Joining us now to clown around, spin his wheels, and hopefully not stay too quiet, please welcome Twisted Metal showrunner, executive producer, and writer, Michael Jonathan Smith.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me, Max.
Thanks for coming. You didn't come empty-handed either. You brought an exclusive, never-before-seen clip from Twisted Metal Season 2. Can you set it up for us?
That's right. Today, we're going to be showing you your first ever look at the tournament.
Ooh. The Twisted Metal Tournament. All right. 3, 2, 1, go!
3, 2.
You were right. This guy does know how to put on a show.
1.
Let's rock! Sure you're not worried about the kid?
Oh, I'm sure. She's not going anywhere without this.
I've been waiting minutes to do this.
I think you understood the assignment.
What'd you guys think?
So we got a lot of kind of fan-favorite glimpses in there. You
Sure.
you clearly were saving some of your toys to play with for Season 2. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about what we just saw. Some things to call out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, John and Quiet are back. You know, Anthony Mackie and Stephanie are spectacular. Stephanie Beatrice are spectacular this season. And, you know, we just wanted to bring the tournament to life. We wanted to bring back fan favorites like Sweet Tooth. We wanted to bring back new guys, new enemies like Mr. Grimm and Axel, of course. Yeah, and we have a full roster. I mean, we have over 16 new drivers. And we kind of wanted to just bring the tournament to life. We wanted to bring cars, we wanted to bring weapons, we wanted to bring specials, and we just kind of wanted to feel like the tournament was just blown from the video game into real life.
I want to talk about Axel, because Axel's not really a car. He's kind of a car part.
Sure.
What can you tell us about bringing that character/vehicle to life? What is the practicality of that? Like, how does...
Yeah, I mean, no, totally. I mean, that was the biggest thing was like, how do you do it, right? I mean, and I think for me, it's like everyone's expecting exactly what you said. A man stuck between two giant wheels, and we had to nail that. So we did it practically first. So we actually had a giant, over a ton, humongous rig that we built that we stuck the actor between. So it's real, it's practical. And then obviously when it's moving more than a few inches at a time, it becomes a CG creation.
That's probably the safer choice
Yes,
there.
I mean, yes. But it's a real thing. You're going to see it both real and CG. But we made it. It's real. You're going to see it a ton in the show. And I think you're going to love Axel as a character. We really wanted to stay true to the heartbreakingness of that character and his backstory, and I think you're going to love what you see from the character.
Nice. Let's talk Calypso. You got Anthony Carrigan in there. People might know him as NoHo Hank. He was Zaz on Gotham. Tell us a little bit about sort of what he what he brings to the character
Totally.
as himself, and also, I guess, what he, how he nails the original and how he adds his own,
Oh
his
yeah, I
own
mean,
DNA,
Anthony
yeah.
Carrigan is a dream. He's just so funny, so exciting. He's also a humongous fan of the game. So when I called him to talk to him about the character, he just like leapt at it. I talked to him about like where the character goes, and he was just so excited. And I think so much of the character is like, he's just having a blast. He's kind of standing in for the audience. He's like, oh, I get to play with these characters and see who dies. And I think like they're his plaything, and I think he really wants to put them through his paces. He has all these twists and turns ready for all the drivers. There's a little bit of what do you call it? Willy Wonka in him.
Ooh,
There's a
okay.
little bit of wanting to see have all these like twists ready for everybody, for the audience, for you guys, for the drivers. He's gonna torture everybody, and he knows that one of them's gonna get their wish, and as we all know, it's never the way you think. So I think it's gonna be really fun to see, and as you can see, there's a little bit of more to the character as well, more to Calypso than we all know.
So let's talk about wishes and all that. We also got a glimpse of what looks like some grim magic happening in the
Totally.
trailer. I don't want to say that season 1 was grounded because it's got rocket launching ice cream trucks, but it seems like things are getting a little bit more out there for season 2. How are you striking that balance between like realism and surreal magic stuff?
I think season 1 was, we want to introduce the world where we're kind of taking our twist on Twisted Metal. Every Twisted Metal game is a little bit different. This is our iteration, right? And I think season 2, what I learned so much from Twisted Metal season 1 is we all love when Sweet Tooth lights his hair on fire. We want to see more of that. So we leaned, I think we leaned even more into what makes Twisted Metal Twisted Metal. You're going to see more of the stuff of Sweet Tooth lighting his hair on fire. You're going to see things like Grim catching a missile and launching it in another direction. We want to lean more into the stuff that makes our show, and Twisted Metal like that. So, and I think when it comes to the supernatural stuff, we really want to lean into like, is it supernatural, or is Calypso the kind of guy who's like, I know that there's going to be a solar eclipse, so I'm going to time it just right. And we really want to like make the audience kind of discuss that and have it, let it be up for interpretation.
Nice. What I love about the show is that there's actually a lot of Twisted Metal involved. There's a lot of practical effects. These are actual vehicles, and obviously you're using CG for some stuff so people don't get killed. Can you tell us a little about sort of what is like the biggest logistical hurdle with like actually blowing up cars and setting stuff on fire?
You get one take. I mean, honestly, it was really important to me as a fan of like action comedies and big action shows to do as much practical as possible. So everything you saw there, I mean, except for the missiles and bullets, was real. We had over 16 to 20 cars on an actual like runway driving practically. When we blew up cars, we had doubles. We had, I think, 4 to 6 roadkills built. So we had multiples of the cars that we knew we were going to be doing big stunts. When we blew up a car, we had 1 to 2 of them so we could get at least 2 takes. Sometimes we had 1 and we're like, here we go, let's see what happens. But for the most part, we had 1 shot at it, and we had multiple cameras to make sure we captured it the best we could.
That sounds like a really fun job, man. I'm going to be honest with you.
Honestly, it rules, and when you see some of these stunts, I have to hats off. I have to call out our stunt coordinators who came from like the Fall Guy, and I mean, that movie's amazing. Our stunt team was incredible and really pulled off some amazing stuff. I mean, this is literally an amuse-bouche of what we have in store for you this year. I'm really stoked for you to see it.
Nice. Can you tease some of the more bizarre lore that's going to get rolled into the show? I guess you don't want to spoil it, but can you kind of just...
I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to spoil it because, like any good, Calypso has so much in store for you guys. But we really wanted to pull, first of all, the roster. We're pulling some deep cuts from all the games. You're going to see some surprises from, like, I can't believe they pulled that guy from Twisted Metal. We're going to do some special weapons from the games. We have an entire storyline about getting your special. We have cars, of course. Arenas, we have some special references to arenas that you remember from the games. I think we really wanted to make sure that if you're a hardcore Twisted Metal fan, we want you to point at the TV and be like, oh my God, I remember that.
Nice.
And I think it's super important for if you're a Twisted Metal fan that you recognize this stuff.
Nice. Well, let's talk Sweet Tooth, because he's voiced by Will Arnett, but
Yeah.
played by Samoa Joe, but it's like those are two things kind of happening separately.
Totally.
Has Joe's performance changed at all since like seeing the finished product in season 1?
I mean, I think we saw that the fans loved what those guys did, and I think we leaned even more into it. I think that if you loved what they did this year, you're gonna love it even more. I mean, I think Joe is such a great, boisterous, physical performer, and it's so fun because we kind of let both actors do their thing. Like, Sweet Tooth is a beautiful Venn diagram of both these incredibly talented performers, and I think you're just gonna love what both these guys do.
Awesome. Well, Twisted Metal is jam-packed with pop culture references. You got a bunch of
Yeah.
really fun stuff in there. The hot thing right now in video games is just throwing all sorts of pop culture characters in as guest appearances. So I've actually prepared a few pop culture crossover guest contestants for Twisted Metal, taking some iconic celebrity vehicles and giving them the sort of the Twisted Metal treatment. So I figured our audience could pick one that could be a contestant in Twisted Metal, and then you can tell me how you would get that vehicle out of there. How would you dispose of it? So, all right, first up, we have an iconic sheepdog. It is the Mutt Cutter. It's the Dumb and Dumber dog car, but it's got chainsaws and knives and a katana on it. So it's what do you think about that? Is that a yeah? All right, so. We also got Chitty Chitty Bang 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 Bang, which is the flying car from the Dick Van Dyke movie, except it's got like Tomahawk missiles and a tank. You think that would fly? All right, we got the Recto 1, the Ghostbusters car. Oh, okay, all right. We got some Ghostbusters fans here. All right, then we got Knife Rider, which is it's Kit from Knight Rider, but with an enormous kitchen knife bungeed to the roof. I think it would fall off. Looks like it's coming back from a really big IKEA, you know, just. And then we have the Misery Machine, which is the Mystery Machine. Oh. Okay, that's another contender right there. And then we have Herdy the Hate Bug, who's Herbie the Love Bug, but he eats people now. All right, I think the two contenders I heard there were the Recto 1 and the Misery Machine. All right, so you can have Scoob and the gang paying you a visit. I think that was the clear winner. We heard some, yeah. You got some meddling kids.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think this is an easy one for Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth would see that goddamn dog. I think Sweet Tooth would come after that dog, put the dog down, would say, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Lean his head into the fire, light it up, and put the dog down.
Oh, I like that. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth Sweet Tooth blowing up the Mystery Machine.
Oh, and
feels
obviously
like,
he would rip all of the Mystery Machine's faces off,
yeah.
too. I mean, like as if they were masks.
It was a human skeleton the whole time. I should have known. I love it. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm dying to see Twisted Metal Season 2.
Oh,
It
I
sounds
can't
like,
wait for you to see
also,
it.
you got Dracula in there.
I had to get Dracula in there.
Yes.
And before I go, I just want to say, we wouldn't be coming back if it wasn't for all of you guys, if it wasn't for the fans. You guys watched the show, loved the show, shared the show. You're going to love Season 2, so can't wait for you all to see it, so thank you. July 31st on Peacock.
All right. Season 2 of Twisted Metal premieres July 31st exclusively on Peacock, and there's lots more IGN Live coming up after this.